Hey there, welcome in. How are you? Okay, great. Well, my name is Fina, and I'll be doing your hair today. So, are you nice and comfy there in your chair? Great, perfect. I want you to be nice and relaxed while we work on you today. So, have you got any idea yet what it is you want to do? Not so sure? So, like a drastic change, or are we just looking for a bit of a spruce up, a bit of a trim? Just a trim. Okay, that's no worries. Well, do you mind if I touch your hair? Thank you. Well, it looks to me, is this your natural hair? It's not been styled? Okay. So you've got a bit of a natural curl pattern, a little bit sort of wavy curly. Okay, well, it's a really beautiful look, so how about we work today to try and enhance those curls? What do you think? Yeah, sounds good to me. We can definitely do that. So we'll just give you a bit of a clean up, a bit of a trim, cut off any split ends, and then tend to those curls a bit. How's that sound? Great, okay. Well, let me just go through what we're going to do with you today then. So, you're already at the sink, so I'll just start by washing your hair. And I've got these great products that I'll use for you. This is a curl defining shampoo, so it's for, like wavy curly hair, and it's going to really help those curls bounce. And it's got sea kelp and avocado oil in it, so it's going to get your hair nice and soft, silky. It's vitamin rich. Either way, it smells delicious and your hair's going to be soft and beautiful. That's what matters. So we'll start you off with this, with a shampoo, and then how about we follow that up with this conditioner. Now this one is super hydrating. It's got sweet almond and sunflower seed, so it's very moisturizing, and it's going to make your hair nice and shiny, bouncy, get those curls really curling how we want. So while this one soaks in, how about we do a little bit of a head massage, and I'll detangle your curls as well. And then we can think about how much we want to trim, just neaten everything up a bit, and then get to drying, okay? Great. Well, let's start by getting a towel around you. I'm just going to pop this over your shoulders, if that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to get started with the water, if that's alright. Let me know if it's too warm or too cold. Let me just turn that on. And if you could lean your head back into the sink, please. Thank you. I'm just going to wet your hair. Okay. Is that temperature okay? Okay, good. There we go. I always really love when I'm in the hairdresser, and I don't know why I never expect it to, but how the water doesn't get on your face. Obviously that's the point of these kind of sinks, but it just feels so good to be so warm everywhere, but stay dry. Well, anyway, let's get started with your shampoo. So, I'm just going to lather you up, that's okay. smell it, right? It's really gorgeous. Let's make sure we get all over your scalp. Get around the back if that's okay there. Okay, nearly done, nearly done. This one smells so like fresh. I really like it. It's one of my favourite products for this sort of hair. Okay. Just make sure I'm giving you a properly good scrub. Always don't forget to get up under the back of your head as well. Okay, let's rinse that off, shall we? So, again, let me know if the water is too hot or too cold, and I'll change that for you. Let's make sure we get every trace of this shampoo out. Grab around the back, and then I think we've got it all. Okay. There we go. So, now that you're nice and clean, let's get that conditioner in. And of course this is just going to go in your lengths. There's no need for conditioner to be on your scalp. Shampoo is for your scalp, conditioner is for the lengths. So I'm just going to sort of brush that through with my fingers, cover all the strands. So, I'd like to let that sit for just a little bit, so how about we go for a little head massage? This is what the long nails are for. Because that conditioner just needs a little bit of time to work. But, in my opinion, this is the best part of a hairdresser trip. So I'm happy to provide. don't want to forget the back. So, how's that feeling? It's not too hard? Good. I've absolutely fallen asleep in the sink before at this stage of the haircut. I always find it just so relaxing. How's that? So, one more thing before we rinse out your conditioner. It's time to detangle. So, got my detangling comb, and I'm just going to use this to super gently just comb through your hair. Get out any knots. And it's important, especially if you've got very curly hair, to do this step while your hair is wet, because then of course you won't need to brush it once it's dry and you can maintain your sort of curls. So let's make sure you're all nice and knot free now, why don't we? Okay, just gonna start on this side. Now that your hair is lovely and silky from that conditioner, it's the perfect time to be able to do this without pulling on your hair or anything. Because I don't want to, tug on any knots or anything like that. If I come to any resistance, I'll be nice and careful. I'm just going to get to the back over here. Okay. This is gliding through nice and smoothly. No trouble. Let's get around the other side. I'm going to start at the back. You can just tell your hair's going to be wonderful and soft after this. And honestly, the feeling of this brush against the scalp, I've always been a big fan of that too. Because the teeth are so big and they've got these bits at the end. So it's not, sharp at all. It's just like a nice little scrape. Okay, the front here. It's good to smooth you out after that head massage, because that can always cause a few little tangles that need to be resolved before you can cut. Okay, so looking nice and tangle free now. I think we're done. So that means we can go ahead and rinse out your conditioner now. So here we go. And the temperature's okay. I really want to be sure. Don't leave any traces behind. You know, you can always tell when there's no conditioner left when you go like this, and it does a little like squeak. Squeaky clean, literally. That's how we're gonna get you. Okay, I think that's almost all of it out now. Okay, so I'm going to just partially dry it before I start cutting because I want to start to shape those curls a bit, and then I can see, you know, the true length of the parts that I'm going to trim. So for that, I always recommend a microfiber towel. This is going to be far, far better for your hair than using, you know, a standard towel. And the method I'm going to use is I'm just going to grab the towel in my hand like this and just scrunch the ends of your hair to form those sort of curl clumps. Is that okay? Great, okay. So let's just start scrunching. I don't want it to be completely dry yet, since I still want to add a little bit of product at the end. And that goes best into wet hair, but we'll just do a little bit now. Just to get the shape. Get the back as well. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, so now let's talk about what we're going to trim. So I'm thinking at the ends, I'm just going to take off as little as possible, really. Just take away your split ends so it looks nice and healthy, and then just leave it there. What do you think about maybe some like face framing layers, so we can sort of cut it so that they, you know, sit nicely around your face? What do you think? Okay, I won't do them too short. I'll do some sort of long layers, so they're sort of like around here. What do you think? Just like there. They're good. I think that will suit you. I'll suit your face shape. Okay. Alright, well, then I'm going to get started with a little bit of trimming. How about we start over here? I'm going to start with your ends. Okay, so it's just... I'm going to be careful not to take too much, don't worry. And this side. Okay. Good. This is relatively simple, so it shouldn't take me too long. I'm really not taking off too much at all. Let me just make sure I get the back nice and even. Okay. It's looking good. So that much length off, is that okay? How much it's sort of looking like this at this part? Good. Just make sure it's all nice and straight for you then. Okay. How do you feel about adding just a few layers? Just so that, you know, you don't end up looking too heavy at the bottom and it creates a nice shape without giving you that sort of triangle. Yeah. I don't want to do too many, just a little bit, so like maybe some around here, like around this length, just to sort of lighten things up a bit. It'll be good for the summer as well. Keep you nice and cool. Okay, I'll just do a few. I won't make it very, you know, obvious. It'll blend in nicely. Okay, let's start over here then. Alright. Let me just smooth those out a bit. Almost there. Okay. I think that looks pretty good, don't you? So, let's just work on your sort of face framing layers then. So, I'm not going to cut it too short, and I don't want to take too much hair either, just a little bit from the front. I think that should be enough for your face. So let's just section out a little bit of hair there. Just okay. Good. Okay. Let's go to the other side and do the same. Just section a bit out here. Okay. Right. I think that looks perfect. What about you? Is there anything that you want to change, or is this looking like a good length? You happy with that? Okay, perfect. Oh, I'm just going to trim one more. sorry. Just had one stray hair going there. Okay, well, since that's your cut finished, I'm just going to add one more thing. This is a curl gel, sort of like a mousse gel, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to sort of scrunch a bit less through your curls, if that's okay. So let's get a good bit of my hands. Just distribute it well. And I'm just going to sort of scrunch it in. Okay. And this is always best to do while it's still a little wet. Just helps that product distribute a bit better. Okay. And all this does is sort of hold your curls in position for the whole day. It helps them sort of stay together. Okay, well, I'm going to give it one last scrunch through with the towel, and then I think we should just let it air dry. So, final scrunch. Right, perfect. So, I always advise air drying curls, especially just because it's so much better for your hair than using heat. And, you know, especially if you have like curl clumps, using heat can separate them or make it a bit frizzy, so air drying is the best bet. You okay with that? Okay. But, I mean, it's sort of half dry already. You can see the shape and the curls. How do you like it? You happy? Good. Yeah, so just leave it be. Don't brush them out or anything. Wait till it's dry, and there's your new do. I think you look beautiful. It really turned out well. This shape really suits your face. We're not all lucky to have that sort of curl pattern, so appreciate it. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in. I'm very glad that you trusted me with your hairdo, and I hope you really like it. But, as usual, I'll see you again in 6 to 8 weeks for your next trim. Okay, perfect, great. Well, I'll see you then. Have a lovely day. Hello again. A huge thank you to my 2 mid-REM cycle patrons, Maxi Snacks and Belly Button. Thank you so much for your support and your help. It is completely invaluable. And thank you to the rest of my patrons too. I'll see you guys again next week.